Okay. We do have a quorum.
Separating very well on that.
Mayor Joe Morris.
I'm here.
Dennis Burton.
Here.
Jeremy Rose.
Here.
Kenneth Massey.
Here.
Randy Hutchison.
Yes.
Ty Casey.
Yes, ma'am.
William Johns. William Thompson.
We will do the pledge of allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Everybody had a few minutes to read over minutes from last month. Agenda.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes from last month's meeting and the agenda for this month.
Second.
Mayor Joe Morris.
Yes, ma'am.
Randy Hutchison.
Yes, ma'am.
Dennis Burton.
Yes, ma'am.
Ty Casey.
Yes, ma'am.
William Johns. Jeremy Rose.
Yes, ma'am.
Kenneth Massey.
Yes, ma'am.
And William Thompson.
Okay, we had a speaker on the agenda. Obviously, he didn't show up. He'd been having he bought a house down on,
West Lake Shore.
yeah, West Lake Shore on the lake, Randy, and thought it was hooked to sewer, and it wasn't. But now that he wants to hook up to it, he wants us to pay for it, but we told him that wouldn't happen. So we would help him with it, backhoe work, but he'd still have to hire a
Yeah,
plumber.
if we can.
Yeah,
It's
that's,
on a hillside like that, I don't know if we could even have the reach to get in there and dig it.
Is it the very last house on that road?
no,
No.
it's way down on the lake. It's that little Betty Boop house.
Yeah,
The one's got the Betty Boop painted on the back of it. But anyhow, obviously he didn't show up, so we'll move on. Our reports, I guess Miles didn't make it. He's got his report there. We had 8 calls total this last month. Fortunately, only one grass fire, which was hay bales, unfortunately. Took a while to, his baler caught on fire. Just from the friction of the rolling the hay in it.
Well,
And it had to be way out River Road, so. But we saved his baler. I guess we'll let Shane tell you what he's got. There he is.
If you don't have any minute or questions about the monthly stuff, I'll just move straight into the fuel. Being gone for a week sometimes is very beneficial, but when you come back, sometimes you're like busy. So yesterday and today, I've been playing a little bit of catch up. Steve has really done a great job. The guys are doing great, but Steve's done a great job keeping everything going. But yesterday and today I've been playing catch up, but I did get one bid, got some information on fuel. So, and that was from Nick Murphy here, Murphy Boat Plant. I'm gonna give you some numbers here, kind of let you know where we're at and what we're looking at for the rest of the year. I'm trying to keep these from being too rhetorical. For the past 7 months, our average gas use has been 622 gallons a month. That's the average. That averages out $7,464 for the year. In the last 7 months, we have spent already, the last 7 months has been $14,305. That averages out to $2,044 per month. The cost between May and June almost doubled. That was when we seen gas really shoot up. The average over the past 7 months if you average it all out, it's $3.29 a gallon. That's what it's averaged. With estimated 64 gallons at $3.29 comes to an estimated $24,557 for this year. Where our budget is $15,500, that means we're $9,057 short. And that's the way we're at right now. Right now, we got $1,000 left in our budget. Last month, I thought we would have enough to get through, but as a lot of things, I fell short in. Now then, talking about the bulk fuel, I have seen, we can say he'll cut the price for us. He doesn't do this as far as letting people or individuals buy bulk at a time, and then basically him set on the gas, and we use it as we need it, but he would for us. It's there. I've found one good, one bad out of the deal. The bad thing is it's going to be more per gallon than here at Red Mule. The good thing is that if we buy 5,000 gallons, we know what that cost is. We have bought, whether gas goes up or whether it goes down, we know what our budget is for that amount of gas. Other than that, it will take, he will put a tank out with a catch around it, so for spills, and put a pump in it that will register gallons. And he will do that. He will let us use the tank and the pump free of charge. But it will be, the best I can figure is probably about 70 cents a gallon more than what we get here. You go talking about 7,500 gallons, that's a pretty good chunk of change for a year's worth of fuel. Like I said, the only good thing is
It's easier to budget.
we know what the budget is when the fuel, regardless what price is, if we go up and buy 5,000 gallons worth of gas and he sets on it and brings it down and puts it in a 300 gallon tank every week or whatever it fills up, we know what that budget is for probably the majority of that year, or whatever y'all decide to buy, if we do that. But that's a lot of extra money.
Is gas gonna go back up?
Where do you drew the ball at?
Yeah. If I did. But anyway, that's what I found out. That's the numbers. If y'all want a copy of this, I'll make each one of you a copy, and that'll show you where we're at. So I don't know. I was gone. Russ has been gone. So we haven't had an opportunity to talk about it. But we're not. I know we're around $9,000 short by averaging everything out for the past 7 months. We're going to be around 9,000. I don't know if y'all want to do something tonight. If y'all want to think about it. If you want to, whatever y'all want to do as far as adjusting my budget, because I don't have $9,000 in my budget somewhere to pull from. If you want to do it once said and done, or if you want to do it a little at a time, I don't know. I've never been here before. Out of 8 years, I've never had to come and ask. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how this part works, because out of 8 years, I've never had to come and ask for anything.
So, out of the 8 years you've been here, you're telling us that gas never has hit $5 a gallon?
I've never had to come and ask for
Gas money.
ask for gas money. I've asked for vehicles and stuff, but I've never had to adjust my
Well,
budget in
My
such a
We
way.
question,
spent 13,000 last year, is what, and that's when we budgeted, 15 this year.
my
But-
question to you though is, we've been doing this special detail, with 40 hours a week.
Extra vehicle. Right.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
is the state pay reimbursing any of that money for that, or how's that working?
I doubt it. That's the reason, you get a little bit off of the tickets that are wrote.
Yeah.
And there is.
I mean, we've been doing several hours a week on that stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, that, Spencer put 4,000 miles on his vehicle this last month, where the rest of you had 1,000.
Yeah.
Is that
Still-
really, that is, to
Well,
me, that's not
that-
really working out.
But we also, there's been more tickets wrote. I know it doesn't offset that, but it will a little bit. There's been more tickets wrote, and, with the equipment that we got, I know it's not a benefit now because of what gas prices have done, but there is still a little bit of offset because we couldn't have bought the equipment that we got. Does that make sense? We got equipment, and that's something else too, that
That's what you got a lot of it for.
this, I mean, we got car cameras and handheld radar, we got 20,000 something dollars, something like that in grants. 20,913, I think, is what we got off of this. But that was also considering the overtime, the equipment and stuff.
But yeah, but then, to my point is though, these miles, once we're done with that program, these miles and the fuel mileage will go back down some.
It'll go down some.
I mean, like I said, how many hours a week or extra are they working?
Well, each one is different.
Okay.
Each program is different.
I knew it was several hours, so.
We're, and it's put a burden, not only, I know you won't cut this short, but as the guys, as the police department, we were trying to benefit the city by working this so we could get equipment to better off, so we didn't have to come in here and ask for gas money. It's been a burden to the guys.
Yeah.
It really has. I'm not, they were doing it actually for the city. Neither one of them none of them, with exception one, wants the overtime. They don't want it. It's a burden to them because it takes away from the other things that they do. So they were doing it trying to offset any kind of cost that we might inquire or get because of the equipment that we were needing. So with that, we talked today, and we're not doing it, they're not doing it next year. It's just been too much of a burden.
Yeah.
And now then, we've got all the equipment that we can, all we'll be doing is replacing new equipment if we do it again next year, because we've done it for 1 year.
I think it's first year.
First year.
Yeah.
We've got all the new equipment, everything that we've got is in really good shape, and they don't buy best. They don't buy stuff that we now need. So there's, I mean, no real benefit.
We got out of it what we wanted to.
Yes. But we got another run this month. At the end of this month, we got another DWI deal that they're gonna run, and then we're done. They're backing out of the step grant. We're not going that, but we have to go through this month, or we have to pay all that money back.
No, we ain't gonna pay that.
There we go.
Finish it out.
There we go. So we're gonna finish it.
Right.
You still have $136,000 left in your budget, because that's what we look at. So it's not, I know we need more money for the fuel.
Something
I
we can move
understand
around.
that. But I took the vehicle purchase off of that because that's gonna be, has to do with grants and stuff like that, so I took that. Your budget was $389,000, you had $179,000. So if you take that 42 out of it, you still have like $136,000 left, in total budget.
Okay. I was looking at the line
Yeah.
item of what
Yeah,
we budgeted,
right.
what.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, I mean, you're really short, like on uniforms and, there's a lot of things here, but you still, overall, you have give or take about 136,000 total budget left.
If you take
Okay,
the
well,
car out.
I'm good, I just didn't
Yeah.
wanna get past this
Right.
point,
Yeah,
and then, and it'd be a
Yeah.
shock to everybody that I hadn't got
Yeah.
here.
No, I
No.
think all of us
But it's
here
gonna-
knew it's gonna be.
but it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
not
we
your
really-
department either.
We're expecting Dave to come up and ask for gas money too, so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
Yeah, he just
Well, I
keeps
just didn't want,
It's
wait till
unfortunate.
November and it'd be a shock, and I'll be over
Right.
$5,000 in my budget.
It's unfortunate that is,
You know, this
Thankfully,
is
it's
hitting
coming down a little
households
bit.
just as well as hitting,
Yeah.
hitting the cities.
yeah.
You can always use bicycle,
Yeah.
Or
Hey,
just-
boy, when we get you one, come around, we'll follow you around.
I get a
Tell Spencer to slow down a little bit.
All right,
You're covered.
is there anything,
Okay.
y'all got any questions? Y'all want a copy of this? I'll show you.
No, you did a fine job there, thank you.
I'm really surprised that we're not out before now, I mean, because a lot of departments are.
Yeah.
And I've talked to some, and this thing has hurt them bad.
Well, the street department only has $1,700 left in their budget. So, I mean, it's not just your
No,
department.
it's not just-
You know, of course, they got,
It's not just Highland.
no,
It's
yeah.
everywhere in
So
there.
it's
There's a
something that
couple
we'll,
of places it's hurting a lot worse than we are.
yeah, we,
Or what are y'all thinking about the bulk fuel? Yea or nay?
I don't,
Wait.
you know, I like the idea of knowing that we've got that there in case it goes back up, but I'm hoping it don't go back to $5 a gallon, you know, and if we jump into that and then it continues to go down a little bit and then level off somewhere, we kind of cut our nose off to spite our face when we do that.
Might look at it a later time if
I'm-
it gets back
I'll
down.
revisit it.
Then you
Yeah,
could-
yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
we may
revisit it
revisit
later.
it later on if the price comes down where it seemed like it'd be a feasible.
Well, we know their fuel doesn't have the ethanol in it either, which it'll store a little better, but, you know, it's a little better gas, but that's why their price is higher
We
too.
ain't gonna store it very long.
No,
We're gonna use it.
We'll learn it, ain't it? All right, if y'all don't have anything else, I
No,
appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Shane.
Thanks, Shane.
thanks, Shane. Okay. We'll let Mr. Dave tell you how many roads he's graded.
Other than that, the reports, that's all we've been trying to get some roads caught up, gravel on them, stuff like that. Other than that, we've been having a lot of problems with, the people rebuilding our pumps. And we've been getting them back. Sometimes we've got them in the ground a week, sometimes they don't last a day. And they just jumped up to almost $1,600 a pump to rebuild them. And all that changes is they put a new motor in it, a new seal in it, and a gallon of oil. Anything else is extra. So
Bearings.
we got quotes from,
Bushings and, yeah.
so we got quotes from Haynes on new retrofit E1 pumps. And they're like 25 to 50 for the Eco-Tran tank, and then the fiberglass stations are $22.95 plus freight. But you're looking at a 2-year warranty. Those rebuilt ones, we only get a 90-day warranty with them anyway, at best. And like I said, we've been sending them back. They want $100 per pump when we send one back to warranty it.
Just to test
I
it.
mean, I don't understand that, but
Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
they want to charge us $100 a pump to warranty it.
So you're saying it's $900 more for a new pump than it is to rebuild? And then we get a 2-year warranty
Right.
Right,
and a 90-day warranty. If it don't last 2 days, then we charge us $100.
right.
The only
So
bad
that takes
side,
it down to $800 difference.
Yeah,
the only downside to it is they have to change the controls as well. You can't just drop a pump in and plug it in. You have to,
Yeah.
so if they had to do one in the middle of the night, it's a little trouble, but,
with that retrofit, it comes with a new control panel and the whole 9 yards, so.
right.
I don't think we need to be messing, because if, say you get one that's got a pump, it's got bearings bad, and if it's more than just a pump and a seal,
Well, almost every one of them has leaked all the oil out
right, but that's
when we
because the
pull them
seals are
out,
bad.
and it just sucked water up into the motor and burnt
Right.
motors up. So, you know,
Do you know on an
So that
average,
time
how
the
many
bearings are
pumps,
shot, and
an average, in a year, how many pumps we go through? or
A bunch.
need?
a lot.
A lot, yeah.
I mean, I don't mean,
That's a lot.
Probably 6 or 8 a week, a month,
huh?
6 to 8 a month.
Yeah, 6 to 8
Yeah.
a month at least, yeah.
because we got 6 pumps we gotta pay for, and it's a $10,000 bill. We haven't paid it yet, but, yeah. So,
Yeah, and these numbers are buying in quantities of 4
Yeah.
or more, so,
Is that something that we can get in, because I see on our sewer department report, just, we have the calls, we don't have down here, like if they had to replace any pumps, that can be something we can get in here.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
can
we
see.
could-
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea, yeah,
Because,
that's a good
if
idea,
that gives us information, we
Yeah.
can replace some
that's a
pumps.
good idea,
How many pumps do we have to replace?
Right.
that's a good idea, we'll add that.
Thank you.
Because we got Yeah, we don't have it, but we could put that there. That's a good idea.
And,
I don't think, it's no benefit to have them rebuilt if they're not lasting.
right,
I mean, it's gonna cost us this much compared to getting a new one.
yeah. And I've had them last like 91 days, and then they're done.
And yeah.
So you spent $1,600 on those.
You're just
for 90
waiting on it to
days.
go out, basically,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you're just
yeah.
waiting.
We've already paid J.R. Stewart $37,000
For rebuilt pumps.
for rebuilt for through July. We've got a $10,000 invoice that we have not paid. So it's gonna be 47, yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to start just
but
getting new ones because,
check.
you know, it's happening in every industry. We see it in our industry as well. You know, sometimes the remanufactured parts are not near the quality as a new one.
Right.
And you get, you know, we try to get good warranties, but you know, a 2-year warranty is a lot better than just 90 days.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it just for to spend the $800 just for the extra, you know, year and 8 months worth of, year and 9 months worth of warranty.
You have a lot of security, you feel
Yeah,
better with,
yeah.
you know, 90 days.
What he's talking about is a new business down later, so you guys can.
Well,
decide
and
what
the
to
other
do.
downside is their times or something too, every,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yes.
weekends and nights, it doesn't
Exactly.
matter, you know.
I've called them out on Sunday mornings and I appreciate you guys doing it. You guys come out in the rain and snow and everything
Oh, yeah.
else.
He stood out there and worked on that film lift station in that thunderstorm the other morning for about an hour and a half trying to
You
get
know,
that stupid
we
thing
appreciate
running.
you guys doing that.
Oh, man.
And, you know, if new pumps will help you guys from having to make so many calls because of a 2-month-old pump taken out,
Right.
you know.
The next thing I got is on FM 101 lift station, our biggest problem the other morning was that rain came so fast. And the newer pump that's in that lift station, the overload went out of it, and so it wouldn't run. And that older pump, the wear plate and the impeller's getting so wore on it, it couldn't keep up. I mean, it was coming up as fast as, I mean, you couldn't even tell it was running. I mean, the only way of hearing it. But I've got a quote on the repair on that pump, and it's $4,950, $4,950.
All of that, what he's talking about at the end of your, if you go all the way to the end, that's what he's talking about, if you wanna go and see
Yeah.
what he's doing.
And we've got a pump that is about to go out in Even Shade lift station. It's rattling real bad whenever it goes to shut down, and they're telling me that shows the bearings are going out of it. It's shutting down loose in the bearings. So, they want $14,376 for a new one. And that will allow me to pull that one out that's bad before it just completely swarms and drop a new one in there. At least I'll have at least one newer pump in each lift station, and then we can work on later on getting that one redone where we don't have to spend.
So we had a
much on it.
spare, yeah. Yeah, those are all original pumps except for that one that we did 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Those are all still original, so we're very fortunate they've gone this long. Without any spares, you know, we're getting, we need to replace that one and have that other one rebuilt for a spare.
And the last thing I got is, that Ford diesel truck we've got. That thing is give us problems all the time. And a lot of it's that DEF system on it.
Yes.
And, I mean, you might run it for a month and it starts throwing all kinds of codes. We gotta take it to the shop. Half the time, I haven't got back into town from Batesville and the lights started coming back on again. But now
It's
it's
the same
needing,
problem with the school buses.
Same thing.
We take them to
Semis.
Poplar Bluff.
Yes.
There's our
When
boat
we
trucks.
go down there to get them, I went down there 3 times to get the one at Poplar Bluff. and just barely did make it out of town and had to turn around and take it back.
Yeah, we took a boom truck to Kansas, same thing. We didn't even make it back into Missouri Live before it went down again.
Yeah.
The code started flashing.
Yeah, and that's not all, the front ends wore out.
Russ got a quote from Red River on a truck.
That they have on hand, which
I
is
have
rare.
on hand, yeah. But it's $57,865. But sometime soon, we're definitely gonna have to think about it because,
And this is a gas
That is
job.
a gasoline
Yeah.
truck, I'm seeing that.
Yeah.
It's the very last at the bottom of your,
Yeah, I see it.
yeah.
The other truck, the Ford, does have a utility body on it. But we talked today, what Dave could do would be switch, if we purchase this, he would take this truck and switch the other utility truck into the truck that Dave's driving now, which we bought a year ago, 2 years ago, year and a half ago, whatever. Put all the utility stuff in that truck and because Dave doesn't need the utility body as much as the other guys do. They carry all their equipment in it, so. But we would still have a utility body truck to use, and then we could try to get rid of that Ford. Of course, diesel prices too are half again as much as gasoline, so. But we just don't need diesels. We don't go that far with them, you know.
It's not, if we need to pull anything, we got the bigger truck for that, and we got our.
Right.
So,
well, the quote on this one, it's a 1 ton also, single
Right.
wheel. And so it pulled just like that one that I'm driving
Right.
now. So
Yeah.
we'd at least have 2 trucks to move stuff around with.
And this was just a thought. We could go to First Community Bank and see if we could borrow the money to pay for this. And that way you're not getting $57,000 out of your general fund,
right.
or wherever, well,
Yeah.
general fund's the only one, you know, so that would,
Get
that
some
was our
Get some
thought.
quotes from to see who couldn't get us the best interest rate.
Well, you mean, y'all just tell us, I mean, we can check with the three banks and if
Yeah,
y'all
let's
wanna do that.
let's get some quotes on what they can do for us from the different banks.
The only problem is, you know how vehicles are right
Yeah,
now.
we probably
That's
gonna
the
need to do
thing.
something or that's gonna be gone.
This truck.
Well, that's-
away.
That's what I'm saying, if y'all just authorize us to do this, we can tell them, we do want it, and then we can negotiate with the banks, or you give me authorization to pull from whatever gives us the best interest rate, and then we'll do that. That way we can tell them, yes, we do want the truck.
Because by the time you start fixing on this truck, if you decide to fix on it, you will get to this dollar amount before it's fixed.
Well, the front end's wore out too.
No, I'll tell you, even fixing the front end, you fix the front end, you fix this DEF system, and then you give it 6 months and you just be back into the DEF system.
Yeah.
And then you have, you know, there's no end of fixing.
Yeah.
You know, truckers are seeing $1,500 to $2,000 a week just to keep the trucks alive because of the system.
How much is the truck that you have now what's it worth, the truck we have?
It's a
right
2011.
It's a
yeah,
2011 6.7
2011.
Ford. I mean, it's worth some money.
Yeah,
So what's,
it does, and it doesn't.
We'll just have
that many
to
miles on
shop
it.
around, I mean,
it's only
Google
got
it.
130,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
So-
Somebody will buy it.
And there's people out there,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
they'll be crazy for it. But
And it's got a utility body on it.
you're right, it's a
So-
utility bed truck.
and you're good at selling our stuff.
Yeah, I have been.
Have
I've
been.
been pretty lucky so far.
Do we need a motion on
Let's,
this?
let's just get to the bottom, let's just get to the,
We get to the
when
bottom of the
when we
deal,
get to,
we
then
go
we'll,
for it.
we'll,
Okay.
we'll do what we need to
Okay.
do there,
Thank you,
yeah.
Dave.
Thank you.
We're gonna keep that
Um,
going.
Okay. Do we need to ask about the pumps?
We're gonna,
Diesel exhaust.
that's on the agenda.
Okay,
That's
okay.
in there to
Yeah,
bid,
we'll get
that's in
down,
the,
okay.
it's, yeah,
I got you.
That's the standard.
that's on the agenda,
Okay,
I think.
all right,
Yeah.
we'll get back on
Then
track
we'll
here.
just keep fixing it.
Planning and zoning,
We did meet, Mr. Cook came in, we gave him permits to turn his open lot there into a food court for the food trailers, and now he's thinking that might be better off for his pocket and to get more revenue to come in to turn into an RV park. after he left, we started looking through the general plan, we found, well, there's a lot of rules we have for RV parks. And it's gonna take a lot of funding, and a
Concrete
lot of
slabs.
finances, and a lot more than what he's thinking it will do. He's thinking he can just kinda smooth it out, put in some water hookups, few electrical hookups, and a sewer line, and he can, have them sit there. That's not how it is. There's gonna be a lot to it, so, he's gonna come back next month, and we're gonna sit down and talk to him with it and say, hey, look, this is what it requires. And I think it's gonna be a lot more money than what he's thinking it will be. And, we're also looking at getting someone from the municipal league to come in and sit down with us and look where we're at in our changes to our general plan for things such as, suburb planning and, where else, where we need to look at to make our changes. So,
The only thing I'm worried about on something like that, and they've had this problem, I think it's on, where people move them in there,
and move in.
move in, and
That's
then they're there
Yeah,
forever.
see, and part of that is in our general plan says they can't be there over a certain number of days, but then they have to move. Well, they can roll it back 6 inches and they've moved.
Yeah.
Spots.
Yeah, or switch to the next spot, trade places with somebody. And that's one thing that, and he said that he would not allow that. He wouldn't allow him to do that, and just move in and live there. I said, well, that's, we say that now.
You're gonna have to have it in writing.
Right.
Sounds good now.
Yeah, because, Big Run down at Hardy, that's what they've done, is people have moved in down there, they're raising families. And this is gonna be right on the side of the highway, right in the middle of town. Not something we really want.
Well, originally he was gonna put them on the back of that property.
Right, but it's gonna be right up there, lined up with the,
Yeah.
with the laundromat, and that wouldn't work out. Something else we had talked about is, we need more commercial property. I mean, every city's looking for more commercial property. Everything up and down the highways, commercial property, and we're looking at Big Creek, down past B&B, on both sides of the road, one lot depth. See if we can, in the future, may change that to commercial, so we can, we can expand our commercial properties in our city.
I thought that was originally commercial property, we changed it 2 years ago.
That's residential across the street there.
Yeah.
And then, and further down on the right-hand side, it's all residential, and then just past B&B, it's residential on the left. And we're looking at going on both sides of Big Creek, making that commercial.
Because not
Because
everybody
B&B
needs to be on the
B&B
highway.
That's a booming business, and if we can get more stuff, that's gonna be, I think it's gonna make some, make us a bigger city, get us more
tax money.
more tax revenue, yes.
Okay,
That wasn't originally commercial property, and 10 years ago, we had changed to residential.
It never has been changed,
Huh?
as far as I know.
Well, that's always been residential over on that other
I think
side.
Woods Plumbing,
This section where Woods Plumbing is, that's
Yeah.
commercial.
that was,
But on the other side of that street,
yeah.
It was
Well, it goes all the way down to
All the way-
where the power station is.
Right.
Yeah.
So what the city bought that land, that might have been what you're thinking about, that we bought that land from
The Adams.
Adams family, but we sold it back.
Okay.
So
That's
that
right,
might be
that's
what
right.
you're thinking about,
That's
Mary
right.
Jo.
Was that
I don't know.
possible?
Yeah,
Because that was never made commercial as far as I know.
yeah. Okay,
that, what the street I'm talking about is, on White Oak Circle, across from B&B. B&B bought that property right across from there on White Oak and Big Creek. And they were asking if we could change that to commercial. They wanted to turn that into a parking lot. So,
yeah, but they wanted to go down White Oak Circle, which was already, the neighbors already started complaining
Yeah.
about that when he cleared it. And, yeah, I mean, that's residential. I would say one lot in, yeah, you'd probably be okay.
right,
But they wanted to go on down, White Oak Circle.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, if we can make it, you know, one lot deep on both sides of that road, that would get us,
Yeah,
Lots
those
of
are probably
commercial
only
property.
like 75-foot deep lots. They're not real deep, I don't think.
you know, we just have to see how, you know,
Yeah.
how deep they go.
Yep. All right. Airport, they finally got half of the taxiway poured. I don't know when they were gonna start on the other half. They, you know, the state has to take, or the federal had to take sample core samples, and they were, every load of concrete they dumped, they were taking samples of it and testing it, make sure it's the right strength and all that. So they've got that one poured and cut. I seen them out there the other day with one of them cutting machines, cutting grooves across it. So I guess they'll get started on the other half here if the weather keeps like it was. So, other than that, everything else is going pretty good out there. Their tractor's still broke down. They're like everybody. They bought one of those tractors with the,
With the emission controls.
yeah, and one of those LS tractors, and it has been broke down more than it was used. They're looking to trade it for an older John Deere that doesn't have all that stuff on it. So that's kind of in the plans right now. Tri-County Recycling, it's doing okay, still holding its own again. Of course, it's still financial help from White River. Our manager out there is leaving. We're looking for a new manager. Anybody wants a good part-time job? No, it's a full-time job, actually. We still haven't, I don't know. I think he's making like $14 an hour. But there's not any good benefits, so.
Yeah.
But really, we just really need somebody to stay out there and keep the other guys working, you know, going and picking up cardboard and plastics and all that stuff. They still haven't been able to find a new box truck for out there. It's just hard to find. I guess that's all I got, unless y'all got some questions for me. We'll leave it to Mary.
Our bank balances for the general fund is a total of, well, we have a total of $471,621.45. The increase of that is we got $60,000 that this Sharp County gave to the fire department, and that's lot 1011 on that first line item. It's ARPA money. We was required to open up another bank account, but that's what that $60,000 is for. And,
Can I interject something?
yes,
You know, the county really did a really good thing. They gave each department in the county $60,000, and they gave two departments outside the county that actually cover part of the county, Gunco, $10,000. That money will go so far. I mean, we're trying to upgrade all the radio systems, not only through the county, but so each department's going to have to go digital. We're probably going to go digital, but that money will definitely equip our trucks and plus a little bit. So I was real thankful for the county for doing that. That's all I'm going to say. Sorry.
but they required, because it was ARPA money, and we have to report to the Sharp County
Right.
how we spend the money. So we do have to do
They
this.
have to have a paper.
Yeah.
They're accountable for their monies, and we're accountable to the county for the money that they gave us.
Right.
So that's why and it don't commingle. It's a very good idea. We got, we received, if you look at other funds accounts, we received the second tranche, as they call it, of money. We got $174,006, no, that's the ending balance. We got 100, I'd have to look, my mind went. But we got our second tranche of money. So it was 100 and,
181.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 181, 569.
Yeah, I can't do that in my head. My head hurts too bad. But yes, it was 114,000 is what we got. That's what we got the first time, that's how much, what we got the second time. So that's a good thing. So that's why we had increases in our overall bank account of 158,000, but well, it was 60,000 from the Sharp County and that 114. Our sales tax is down for the year of $7,000. But we had a very good last year.
Yeah, last year was.
Yeah, 2000. I think what I've looked at, the 32,000 that we had for the collection that we got in July. Probably 2021 was good, 2020 was good. But we're kind of hitting that 2019
Right.
on that, the way it looks. But, I mean, if you have to think about it, we really, the year before, we had a lot of all that extra money everybody had that.
A lot of COVID money.
Yes, and that's where you saw that big, so if we can stay at that,
Yeah, we're still
if
over
you,
$2,000 up from the 19.
because if you go down, if you look and see we had 32,000, 21 we was 36, 20 was 39,000, but we're still up above
The average.
for 18, 19, we're still doing, I feel like we're doing okay. I don't like to be down, but, we're still not, it's hard to budget sales tax, but but it's, the county now, it was up, it was 15,000 and, it was the best they had this year, so their collections are pretty good. In fact, that's the best I had in a while, so that's good. So basically, if you see anything about the reports, somehow I gotta get rid of that American Rescue money. I've gotta get doing something screwy. I don't wanna get rid of it, I just don't want it in the general fund county part of it. But, I think we're okay as far as line items other than fuel and the other departments, and street and stuff. If you got any questions, I can answer them.
No questions from here? Okay. We have no unfinished business. Under new business, of course, everybody knows by now that Edith has been working on all of our grant stuff. And this heck, who is it? We're applying for this one through.
That is for, we close out the
Community.
fire hydrants and then she's
Yeah,
asking
it's
for something.
community health grant, or, what the heck? Community development grant. I'll get it out here in a minute. Last year we applied for that and we got those, the money to do the hydrants. So this is the same grant. It's a 75-25 grant. She's applied, to do radio communication equipment. And our match would be $12,375. So it's almost $6,000 grant. And we would like to, I think she's already finished it out. We just got to sign it and send it in. But this is a resolution to apply for that grant.
Can we use the money that the county gave us to pay for this?
I think so, that's.
Yeah, you can use it as matching money, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's,
Well, I say we pass resolution number 2022-11 for the city of Highland.
Second.
Dennis Burton,
Yes.
Ty Casey,
Yes, ma'am.
Jeremy Rose,
Ma'am.
William Johns, Kenneth Massey,
Yes.
William Thompson, Mary Jo Morris,
Yes, ma'am.
and Randy Hutchison.
Yes.
Resolution.
Did I not give you a resolution?
Okay, is that for this, for the pumps?
Yes, the
Okay.
resolutions it should be there.
Well, I don't have a copy of it, it don't matter. The second resolution, is to spend our ARPA money for those pumps that Dave needs to get rebuilt and pump, for the lift station replacement.
I apologize.
We can again pull that from that ARPA money that we received. So,
I meant to put the price, total cost that we were gonna do, the one for Haynes, I don't know what our total cost is. And
well, the Haynes will change because we'll buy those on a monthly basis, so that's just
That's
a
about the new pumps.
a four
versus-
pump system, yeah,
Right.
4 pumps at a time. But the other ones are, the one is for repairing a pump, and the other one is for replacing.
So are we asking, I'm asking now, are we asking with this resolution to be able to buy these pumps plus repairs?
Well, I think the
For the
repairs
ARPA
is a
money?
monthly, I don't think that would be a budget item, I
We gotta
believe.
pay
I
for
mean,
them.
we can pull it from the ARPA money, but,
But we
you
need
know,
permission to do that.
yeah, we just need permission to do that.
Because you're gonna have to get the money somewhere and we don't have it, is
Right.
what I'm trying to say. I mean, if you're gonna do new stuff, I mean, I can do 2 resolutions, but, you know what I'm saying, but,
Well, it's all for pump repairs or replacements, so,
yeah. But you gotta have the money to do it.
right. Which, we do have through the ARPA money.
So it says here, if you go, it's $150 more for a pump, you get a 3-year warranty. Wouldn't that be worth it?
2 years.
Well, you get a
You
2-year
get an
warranty,
extra year if you
for,
pay
uh,
150. I don't know if
3-year
that would be,
warranty. It says no under the pumps in the station.
I mean, some of them
That
pumps are,
last usually, on average, those E1s are gonna last about 10 years
Oh.
before
okay.
you start
Yeah.
having to replace
Right.
that.
I was gonna ask you that, so.
The only-
yeah, and those
the
we
only-
can rebuild
The only
ourselves.
places they won't is those low spots on Valley Heart and stuff like that. And then you're replacing stators, which takes
we-
about 10 minutes to replace it. and
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Right
Yeah,
back
the
to work.
E1s, we can rebuild ourselves. Their
Yeah,
parts are available mostly, and our guys have been trained to do it. So, the other ones, we just they won't sell us even the parts, so.
yeah.
But, yeah. But anyhow, that's what the resolution 22-12 is for. To be able to use the ARPA money.
And do we want, we want to include that into the repairs?
Well,
Is that what we need to do?
Well, I can make another resolution so we can say, it could be resolution, whatever, that's just, we just need a motion to,
See if he says, can we include those as one resolution, John, or do we need to separate them?
Well, you got 2 things going on. One
Yes,
is
we gotta
repair.
have
I think
two.
that is,
yeah.
So we just need
Gives
to
me
pass this
a
one
motion.
and then do another resolution on the other one.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
use the resolution here for repairs to the sewer system.
I make a
So-
motion, we pass resolution number 2022-12.
What does my resolution say?
I don't know, I don't have one.
Second.
This resolution is,
That's
and
for
actually I did,
repairs.
is for repairs.
Right,
So this is gonna be for
the repairs.
the Jack Tyler.
Yes.
That's,
Just,
that's resolution for that, right.
And, okay,
And then I will develop another resolution, we can pass it, I can give it a number tonight.
It will make it 13.
Yes, we'll make it 13. We might have to do a resolution for this truck too.
For the.
But I can do that. You get it in the motion. So let's pass resolution 2212, and it's for repairing
Lift the,
lift stations.
Of the lift station.
Okay, Dennis, you made the motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Randy seconded.
okay. All right. Kenneth Massey,
Yes.
you sure? Mary Jo Morse,
Yes, ma'am.
Randy Hutchison.
Yes.
Dennis Burton,
Yes, ma'am.
Ty Casey,
Yes, ma'am.
and Jeremy Rose.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is going to be the Jack Tyler.
that's FM, isn't it? That's FM station. The repairs. Yeah, FM 101 station,
Yeah. And then resolution 2213 is going to approve to buy equipment or new stuff, the retrofits. And that is the Haynes one.
Buying news.
Well, and then also the,
It's new pumps versus remanufactured pumps that don't come with much warranty.
And we can have, yeah. Now what, okay,
can we include the new pump for the evening shade station on that? Because that's new, not,
is
not
it
repairs.
in this one here, or is it with Jack Tyler?
Well, the Haynes and the Jack Tyler, they're two different companies, but would all be new equipment. Two different companies, but the Haynes is the E1 stations. The Jack Tyler is the Flight, big pump at Evening Shade Station. That's the $14,000 one. Or we can make them all separate, whatever y'all want to do. We can make it another separate even on that, can't we?
Yeah, that's right, because we have, if you look at the pump repair, that is for $4,950 plus tax.
Right.
Yeah, my brain's hurting. Jack Tyler is replacing new.
Well, Jack Tyler was also a repair.
I know.
Jack Tyler does the lift stations and Haynes does the small pumps.
Yeah, 'cause we've got,
That resolution 12 is gonna cover Jack Tyler. I'll make the
That's for the
resolution.
repair.
Yeah, I'm gonna do, yes.
13's for new.
I'm gonna make it work. Jack Tyler is going to be yeah, because actually when you buy the pumps and everything for the lift station, that is a repair. You're not doing anything new.
No,
Am I saying that right?
No.
Am I saying that wrong?
there's two different Jack Tyler
two different
tickets.
Jack Tyler things going on. On
Right.
page, about what this is showing on page 51, we've got
That's
the
a repair.
repair of $49.50.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, then we come down two more pages, we've got the replacement with a new pump.
Right.
So that's gonna be,
That's
that
gonna be a
is,
different
It's two different lift stations.
so,
Yeah,
resolution 12 is going to be that second, the
repair.
14th, which dollar amount?
the
4,000.
49.50.
4,000?
Yes.
Okay.
49.50.
Okay,
that's
I
it.
can handle
Right.
that, okay. So the next resolution is going to be, let's take care of Jack Tyler first.
Okay.
So 12 is Jack Tyler for the 4,900. And then the other is going to be,
Replacement.
the
Is it
replacement,
Is the 14,000?
that's the 14,000,
Yes.
yes. And that's gonna be resolution 2213. And I'll make them work.
Need to make a solution, make a.
So I need a motion to pass.
Make a motion that we accept 22-13 for the Jack Towers.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll make them read just exactly what we're doing in in the resolutions. Okay, I need a second.
Second.
I didn't recognize your voice.
Quiet.
As long as
I
I-
had to gig him there once.
Here, just see either way. We mean, says he decides he's, you know, whatever.
I'd gig him there once.
Yeah, he
Your
needs
turn.
to be.
Right.
Jeremy
One
Rose.
more council person.
You agree with doing this?
Since you made the motion, you gonna
Say
vote
yes.
yes?
You've been described.
Kenneth Massey.
Yes.
William, let's see, Mary Jo Morris.
Yes, ma'am.
Randy Hutchison.
Yes.
Dennis Burton.
Yes,
And Ty
ma'am.
Casey.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
All right, now,
14 will be.
Haynes.
Haynes, the new pump for the heating.
are we gonna, this is just a question, are we going to say how,
Many,
the dollar amount? Or we're
You say
giving
you have
approval,
about 4 at a time, is that right?
Yeah, we have to get that price, we have to buy at least 4 at a time.
so do we wanna
Yeah.
have it,
I mean, that wouldn't last a month, so.
14,000.
so it's kinda like we're,
I mean, these are every month replacements. I don't know that we would even have to have a resolution for that, we just have a motion to buy them as we need them.
yeah,
I mean, that's what we do with that's what we do with the rebuilds. So, I mean, we just budget that at the end of the year. I think just a motion would do that.
You'll need a resolution for that, right?
cause we're using ARPA money. Am I saying
Oh.
that right, John? Yeah, we have to
Okay.
have a resolution
Okay.
because we're using ARPA
So
money.
it's 2022-1114.
Correct.
Make a motion that we pass. For the new pumps.
Do we need to
Fines we need.
Buys we need.
buy as we need till the money runs out? I mean, that sounds bad. What was the proof?
That won't take
We
long.
got, well, we have, I wrote that down somewhere.
We'll get it started anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
How many pumps do we have? Just the small pumps?
A little over 600,
the system.
How many old ones do we
In
have?
operation.
400.
Huh, Are you serious?
Yeah.
This system was put in 2006. Think about it, a lot of it's been in the ground. Some pumps have ever been,
I still have original in
you
my
know,
house.
they're still original in the ground, but they're wearing out. And
But, yeah.
we're gonna have to bite the bullet one of these days, and
Just start
We're not
putting
gonna go
them up, but that's what we've been doing,
I know.
one at a time.
Yeah, well, all of our news services have been E1s,
Right.
yeah.
Who's making a motion? Did somebody make
I
it?
made the
Randy
motion.
Okay. Did somebody second
Jeremy's
that one?
gonna second.
I probably have to, where are you, Jeremy? Okay. Kenneth Massey,
Yes.
William Thompson, he's not here. Mary Jo Morris,
Yes.
Randy Hutchison,
Yes.
Dennis Burton,
Yes.
Ty Casey,
Yes, ma'am.
and Jeremy Rose.
Okay,
Now we can buy a truck.
now that we got that stuff up. Yeah,
We're spending a lot of
Um,
money here.
Yeah,
That's
we
my
are.
tummy hurt.
Do we have to have a resolution on this one, on this truck, or do we just give him permission to go do this? Give
Because, well, we're gonna be borrowing the money.
give him permission to go and negotiate a deal?
the
with
bank
banks?
will want a resolution when we
Yeah.
go to the bank.
57,000.
Yeah.
Well.
They always have,
Yeah.
yeah.
What is it, one time?
Yes,
It's your turn, Mary Jo.
I just did the last one.
Oh,
yes.
I
It's
did the
Ty's
last
turn.
Make a
I guess it's
resolution.
time.
We're up to 15,
Five.
It's 15,
yeah.
2022-15 resolution, purchase the 2022 Ram 3500, raise the crew cab, pickup truck.
What's this, 14? 14
I will
or
15.
second that with the.
Does
with
the resolution
amendment
need
that
to-
we give
do we need
Russ
to?
authorization
We're
to
gonna buy the
contact the
truck.
three banks
Right.
to
Does
get.
Take
the
the-
resolution
take the best
borrow
of
the
the
Right,
money
get the best of the
from the
three.
bank?
Resolution
Is that what the
authorize-
resolution,
Authorize you to negotiate a
Yes.
loan to buy
That's
this
what-
truck.
that's
okay,
we're
so
doing.
that's what we're doing here,
Right.
Well, actually, authorizing you to buy it and to,
finance it,
To
can that be in
negotiate
the,
the-
you need to write that resolution for me, but it's gonna be 2022.
Talk
I will
to
leave
the
it,
job.
you do that, well, I wanna make it
He's
work.
gonna earn his money out.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, so the resolution is to authorize buying the truck
Yep.
and
And
give him,
negotiating
and
the.
Negotiate.
give him the mayor
finance, yes.
authorization to negotiate the price.
all the above.
Yeah.
Ty made it, I seconded
Who did? Ty did.
Made it and seconded
it. I seconded it.
Now we need to get out and make money.
it. Yeah.
You made the motion.
Well, if you hear of anybody that wants to buy a Ford, we got one. So,
You always do a good job.
Kenneth Massey.
Yes.
Mary Jo Morris.
Yes.
Randy Hutchison.
Yes.
Dennis Burton.
Yes.
Ty Casey.
Yes, ma'am.
Jeremy Rose.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have no idea what the old truck's worth?
I just have
lot.
to research
Worth-
it.
Is it
It's
worth
a
lot.
$40,000?
What might be a good thing with this, because it is a 1-ton, is we might be able to buy a small plow for it, for winter time. The big dump truck works, but they get down in the valley, they can't get back up the hills because it's 2-wheel drive.
Oh,
And it's got a 10-foot plow on it. And so we might be able to eventually find us a 8-foot plow and put on for winter time, make it a good little multi-use truck.
Right.
Thank you. Okay, now we spend all of our money.
Been all somebody.
Yeah.
Thank you, ARPA. Calendar of events. September 5th will be closed for Labor Day, my birthday. 6th, we have planning and zoning meeting, 6 o'clock. Well, they changed their time to 6.
Yes, we didn't change our time to 6.
And the 13th, council meeting right here.
6 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock.
Are we still
And that's-
needing, are we still needing another council person by 12 o'clock tomorrow?
Don't know. You don't know. He's filing.
Huh?
He's filed. They all
No.
file. We got.
Turk.
Turk?
Well, if nobody files in his place and he by chance doesn't win,
Where's the,
But
He
somebody's
can
filed in
claim
his
it.
but they
position.
can do that after the end of the year, I mean, if he's still in?
Yeah, we can appoint him.
Appoint
We
Yeah.
got one? Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But somebody has filed for that
Yeah.
position.
Okay. Just to fill in, okay.
I'm not supposed to be talking about that anyway.
Thank you, guys. That's all I've got.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All